Well, hello, hello. This is real life in a farmhouse kitchen during preservation season. We got all the things going on here. Today, I thought I would bring you along to show you how I do my tomatoes. It's very, very simple. I guess I should look at the camera. Hi! CBs represent today. NMCB3, honorary CB right here. If any of y'all are know or love CBs, let me know. I was deployed with them over in Kuwait, and I became an honorary CB, so I'm really proud of that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I have been missing for a long time. I've been filming a lot of content, so I see I lost some subscribers, and that is what it is. You guys know how I feel about that, so forgive me. I'm trying to find like a decent angle to show you what I'm doing. Just proudly on here and setting up her camera so that I can show you what I'm doing. Yes, my sink is clean. Oh, hi, baby. Magnus is saying hi. I just scrubbed it out with Comet, and now, you know, you didn't know this about me. I am very good at losing things. I don't know how I do it, but like I am the best person in the world to lose things. So now I can't find my tomato knife. So yeah, it's okay. I know somebody's here. It's hopefully my cookbook from A Country Life, Jennifer Brockman. We will see. Okay, so I can't. All right. So anyway, what do? Well, first of all, I was very blessed by one of our neighbors this year. He has brought me a ton of tomatoes and corn. So I'm just simply coring them and then cutting them into big old chunks. I don't really care what kind. You can seed these for sure if you want to. I'm not going to bother because I'm going to run these through a food mill later. I core them. All right. I'm just cutting them in big pieces and taking out any bad spots. And I will put these on the stove until they boil and get really soft. And then I'll run them through a food mill. I'll show you that when I get there. And cook down the sauce to whatever degree that we like. And then I will can them. So some people like to skin them. I used to. But now, if I run them through the food mill, it really doesn't matter. And it's way easier to run these through a food mill than it is to boil, cool, peel, all that nonsense. I mean, you can do that. It's totally fine. Like with salsa and stuff, I still do. But just with basic tomato sauce, I am looking for things that are time-saving because honestly, I got a lot going on in my life right now, and I'm sure all of you do too. So this works out well for me. Then I can just cook this down as I'm going. I used to use my roasting pan, but I actually stopped doing that because the tomato sauce has been eating away at the enamel, and then my inner roasting pan is ruined. I can't use it anymore. It's just not good. I had made a bunch of applesauce in my roaster last year after that enamel had come off, and I have found that my applesauce has the most awful metallic taste. Well, it turns out the metal underneath that coating is aluminum, which is a neurotoxin. I mean, you know, you can do your own research, and if you want to use aluminum pans, that's fine. I don't choose to. So anyway, a whole bunch of my applesauce tastes like a gross metal pan. It is not good. So, lesson learned there. I do not do my sauce in a roaster anymore because it's very much been degrading my finish. Anyway, so that's that. So I'm almost to the bottom of my sink full here. I'm definitely washing these. You know, I'm all for things being as natural as possible, but we don't need to be eating dirt and mud, right? And then, yeah, it's just that simple. I'll put this on the stove on low heat, and it will cook down. And then when everything is nice and soft and stewy, I'll run it through a food mill. I will give the seeds and skins to my chickens. I know some people save the skins. I know I've talked about this before. I don't choose to. It's purely personal preference. It's not what I do. But if you want to, that is A-okay with me. You know what? Your kitchen, your rules. You gotta do what makes you happy. I've heard that you can do some pretty cool stuff with the skins. I just haven't done enough research into lectins and such to see if it's worth it or not. Tomatoes by nature are kind of inflammatory. Most nightshade family foods are, like potatoes, eggplants. Those are all members of the nightshade family. And I just don't want to add any extra inflammation. In fact, I'm trying to get away from inflammatory foods. I don't know what's going on with my body right now, but I'm super inflamed. So I'm just kind of trying to be aware. Look at this one. Isn't this beautiful? Somebody at our church was giving away tomatoes. I believe it was a green zebra. So actually what I'm going to do really quick here, because I don't have any of these seeds, I'm going to squeeze these into a bowl real quick. So what you do when you want to save tomato seeds is I'm actually just going to put this on the back of my sink. See all the lovely seeds and jelly there? I'm going to put it on the back of my sink and let it rot. You heard me right. I'm going to let it rot. I'm going to let it rot for a few days till it gets nice and stinky and a little bit moldy. And then I will rinse off the mold and dry out the seeds. You do that because it makes the membrane around the tomatoes degrade, and then they can be cleaned off and they'll germinate easier next year. So there's your little bonus thing, right? And then there's ones down here, and I don't know how you say them, but I was kind of excited to see these too. Oh, here's bad spots. See, you can kind of see how it's like this weird brownish color in here. Gotta watch for that when you're cutting them. It happens. But anyway, the other one that I have, I'll show you. I don't know if I'm saying this right. If I'm getting it wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. But this is Wisconsin peach. It's a nice, soft, kind of peachish texture. It's got like almost a furry skin. And since I don't have any of these seeds, I'm going to save these too. I know that's what it is because honestly, this is the only kind of tomato that's like this that I've ever seen. So we're going to go ahead and save this. This is a seed saver tomato from way back. I don't remember the name of the gentleman oh shoot, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I think it was one of the earlier ones to go to Seed Savers. So, and Seed Savers, we still haven't visited, and I've been to Decorah a couple times now. Seed Savers Exchange is in Decorah, Iowa, but I was there with my daughter. She had a music program at Luther College, which is up there, so we were more focused on that than sightseeing at the time, but definitely want to go back and explore Decorah a bit more. It's a beautiful town in Iowa. So, all right, this is my last tomato out of the sink. Got all my good leavings for the chickens, and I'll show you here what my pan looks like. I'll also show you why. Hi, this is why we wash them. See all that crud and such, and then here they are. And oh my gosh, look at that. I said I lost my knife. I just laid it along the sink and I didn't see it. It mixed in with the rest. So anyway, I will put this on the stove on low, and then we're just gonna let it cook down. All right, so you can see what this looks like. This has been cooking down for, gosh, I don't know, about an hour. And I've just been slowly adding more and more tomatoes. So I'll let it go a bit longer till it all looks pretty much like, see how this is just like all stewy. And then I will grind that up. And this one, you can see the difference. Like, this one's not been going as long, but still very, very full. These are, I think, either 18 or 20 quart pots. So I'm very excited to get all of this tomato sauce on my shelf. And a shout out to Brian. Thank you very much for giving all these to us. It's very kind of you. Heck. All right, I told you I would show you the process. So these are tomatoes that have been cooking a good long time. They're nice and liquidy. And I'm running them through my food mill. Now you have several options here. Some people use the kind of mills where you like put in the top and you turn a handle and it like extrudes out the other end. There's the more traditional kind of food mill that has the handle that turns. Mine is somewhere, I don't know where. I personally really like this one, which is the cone. It's on a stand inside of the pan here. And then this isn't my normal, I mean, this does belong to these, but I have another one that's a cone shape that works a lot better. But anyway, so all I'm doing is I'm just running this around in circles. Come closer, Izzy. Put it down in there. So I'm running it around in circles, and then I also like just will do this once in a while to work it through. And if you look down inside there, can you get inside there? You see, like, look at the cone. There you go. See how you can see the pulp and the juice coming out? Yeah, perfect. So that's just what we're gonna do, and then show them this pan here. And then when we're all done, it looks like this. And right now, this is just tomato juice. If you wanted to can up tomato juice, you would put that in a quart jar with a couple tablespoons of lemon juice or a teaspoon of citric acid and some salt if you wanted to. And you would process it at that point. We really don't use that much tomato juice around here, and we were gifted some, so I'm just making sauce right now. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and get these all processed, and then we are going to boil them down. So note where the level is on this pan. It's about an inch below this rivet. So I'll bring you back when it's cooked down to the thickness that we like. So here we are. It has been, I don't know, about 4 hours, and you can see there's that rough inch mark, and it's come down another, yeah, good solid 2 inches. I would like it to go a little more, but honestly, it's like 10 o'clock at night and I don't want to stay up that late. So I'm going to consolidate that one with this one, which you can see also came down about 2 inches. And then I'm going to get them in jars. Okay, so I've got my stuff staged. I've got lids. I've got bands. Lemon juice, bottled lemon juice is what I'm going with. 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice, or I stand corrected, it would be half a teaspoon of citric acid if you were going to use that. I'm looking for my salt. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my salt, my funnel, jar grabby dabby, and wet paper towels, and of course measuring spoons. So aren't these cute? I found them in our local thrift. I love it when I find stuff like that. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to do that before, to look around for that kind of stuff. So tomato sauce, you fill it up to 1/4 inch at the top. I was planning on putting lemon juice in first, but then I realized probably not a good idea because putting hot and cold together is not the greatest. So I'm actually scooching my pan right over to the jar because I'm trying to minimize my mess. It's looking like I'm gonna have a pretty generous amount of canned sauce. So what I am going to do, and you can do this however you want, whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. I'm just doing it this way because I feel like it. I fill it up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and toss in my lemon juice. That way I don't have to guess how much room to leave at the top, because quite frankly that's annoying. And I'll go ahead and toss in my salts too. I'm going to use a teaspoon of salt, and I think I did a video on tomato sauce last year. Obviously you can see I'm not doing the fussy stuff like I did last year with skinning and squeezing out the seeds, because it was just easier to food mill. It tastes great. It's not an issue. It's however you want to do it. Last year, I feel like I had more time and patience, and this year I just don't. Quite frankly, this season of my life is very, very busy. I got a whole lot of people who need me all the time, and I'm just stirring this up with a chopstick, by the way. And I don't have the mental space to handle it right now. All right, I'm going to do a little juggle here, because I put too much water in the canner, so I had to dump that out in the sink. All right, so hopefully this doesn't block your view too much. And I'm just simply going to use my, actually I'm going to put just a touch more sauce in here, because it can take a little bit more. There we go. All right, I am going to wipe this down. I was using vinegar. I found that I actually had a lot of seal failures last year, a surprising amount, and from the forums and stuff I'm on canning forums, a lot of people suggested that it could be from using vinegar to wipe my rims. So I have not been using vinegar, and I have not been having issues with sealing. So whatever works, works, and I choose not to go the vinegar route anymore. And I see, look at this, I didn't inspect it closely. Can you see that chip? Ah, here we go. There it is. So I cannot use this jar. Normally I inspect them better than that, but apparently this time I was not paying very much attention. So I keep my jars, I have one of those roundy round things. This is like a super old house built in 1957, so this one is dark and kind of creepy. But anyway, I keep a lot of my jars down there, and my goal is to get all of them emptied out, or filled up, I should say, not emptied out. But yeah, so anyway, you'll notice a wardrobe change because it was pajama time. It was pajama time, so here I am in my owl PJs. Quite often I can at night because the days are so busy. It's not ideal, it's not my favorite, but this season of life sometimes necessitates adaptation. So we do what we gotta do to get through every day. Our seasons change, our priorities change, our time changes. And this has just been very busy. Learning a lot of new things. A lot of super interesting things lately. And just trying to continue to kind of live a lifestyle that's a little different with a handicapped family member, and my oldest is 18 now, so we're all just kind of trying to find our new place in the universe here. Anyway, pardon me, I'm gonna get these all filled up and trucking, and I'm gonna do it much faster if I don't have a camera to talk at. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off for now and scoop out this because it's too much sauce. And here they are, 14 quarts of tomato sauce. I noticed on a couple of these I must not know my own strength, because these are the pure lids, and I've had these for years and I finally just used them. They buckled, so we'll see what happens. They may still suck down. I've had ones that look like this do this before and been just fine, but I'll definitely keep an eye on them. We'll see. Worst case, I'll just use them for a project tomorrow, but all the rest look great. So there you have it, tomato sauce for the larder. Take care.